I'm Joan, and this is my Rome. Welcome to Joan's Rome. But this is Joan's Rome on the road. As you know by now, or have guessed, we are back in Assisi. And I'm at an amazing little church that was here before St. Francis was born in 1182. In fact, this church, Santo Stefano, St. Stephen, who was the first martyr, of course, this church dates from 1166. So I have a feeling that Francis, as a youngster, probably knew this church. And even as a person who would eventually founded the Franciscans, I am sure he was in love with this because it is the Franciscan simplicity. It's a very basic church. It has a simple nave. It's very small, you can see from the facade. The sanctuary is still the original stone sanctuary from the 12th century. There's a particularly lovely fresco on the left wall, and it shows the Blessed Virgin Mary between St. Francis and St. Stephen, for whom the church was named. It shows them presenting the donors. Now, this dates from the 14th century. Most of it, everything except the heads of the donors, was actually restored in the 17th century. Probably the most famous story about this church is that it is said that when St. Francis died, the bell of this church of St. Stephen rang on its own at the moment of his death. I'm sure, again, as I said in the beginning, that St. Francis would have loved this church for the simplicity, the tranquility. It is a very quiet part of Assisi we are in. If we were to go in the adjacent garden, we would be looking over the Umbrian countryside. A bishop friend told me to come here. He said it was his favorite church in Assisi, and in many ways I can see why the link to Francis's life and simplicity is so great. So when you come to Assisi, make sure you make a little detour. It's not that easy to find, but come to the Church of St. Stephen. It's wonderful for meditation and prayer and just a truly Assisi spiritual experience. For more insights into the daily life here in Rome, check out my daily blog, Joan's Rome, on EWTN.com.